lemon seeds. I got a wild hair up my butt to grow a lemon tree. Yeah, I know. Thrall's been whiny today. I don't know why. So what do? How do I get the seeds? First things first, you get a lemon and you cut it and you peel it. And you get down to the inner part, the fleshy part. This one's fairly juicy. And in this piece here, I don't know if you can see, there is a seed in there. How do you get the seed out? Well, there's an easy way. Would you stop fussing? See, I'm working the seed out. And I eat the rest of it. Good. Yum. These seeds are rather slippery. It has kind of a pointy end, which is where I will start to try to peel off this outer coat. It's got an outer seed coat. Can you see it starting to peel off? Oh, it's slippery. It's very slippery. And I was nervous and chewed all my nails off last night, so I don't have any fingernails to assist me. People at home are going, come on, come on. I know you can do it. I know you can do it. Come on. Just grit right in there and, yep. It's almost there. Almost there. Come on. Come on. Ha. Almost. That noise was my elbow on the table. I mean the desk. Okay. See it? And pull it down next to it. See it? Can you tell the difference? This is one that I took the seed outer coating off. And the rest of them are light colored like this. They're a little darker inside. That one is ready to plant. I meant germinate, not plant. I'll take a damp paper towel and I'll lay the seeds out and gently fold the towel over itself and put it in a plastic bag and let it sit in a place for about 3 or 4 days and see if anything starts growing out the end, like a little root system. So that'll be something I'll do, and we can check on that every couple days. Last night I called Scott and talked to him for about an hour because I hadn't heard from him or Brian, and I was just wondering. And I asked him if he'd heard from Brian, and because Brian's nursing tests were happening soon. And he said, oh yeah, Brian took the test on Monday. Because he was playing video games and Scott was playing video games online and they happened to message each other. So Brian sat for the nursing test, the boards, on Monday, and he's supposed to find out within a few days. So I talked to Scott, and Scott's desperately looking for a job that's not so physically taxing. He's been working for his wife's stepfather, and it's a very physical job, and it's really hard on my son. And he doesn't utilize his intellect or his talents in that field at all. So he's looking. And that was nice to hear from him. It was nice to talk to him. And then this morning, my son Brian called. He said, Mom, are you near a computer? And I said, yeah, but I have to turn it on because I was basically laying around in bed. So he says, here, look up this website. And he gave me the website, and then he says, and then go to the last thing on the list, click on it, and put in this number. Which I tried doing, but apparently I didn't click the right thing, and it was taking too long, and he got kind of antsy, and he goes, Mom, I passed. So now he's a registered nurse. He passed his tests. He said that people kept telling him if it seems too easy, then he's going to flunk it because it just means that he's not understanding it and it's just not happening. He said when he was taking the test, it just seemed easier and easier because he's studied his little butt off. And he was so worried that he was going to fail, but he passed. He passed, and now he's a nurse. So now he can get paid nurse's wages. And the doctor that he helps assist with in surgery already wants him to do nursing duties in the operating room, and he says, I don't know if I can do that. Well, nothing like being baptized in fire, as they say. So I'm really, really proud of him. And then we got around to the other subject matter that's been bantered about between Brian Scott and myself, is whether or not and when it might happen to propose to Ashley. And he said, oh. He says, well, Ashley and I were sitting around talking about kids and life and stuff like we often do. And she always was one to get married but not necessarily have kids. And he's always been one to have kids and not have to get married, really, necessarily. So they were talking about it, and she said, well, I couldn't have kids unless I was married. So he said, oh, hold on. And he goes in the other room, and he comes back out with a ring, and he asked her. I said, so what'd you say? What'd she say? What'd she say? And he still was pretty ambiguous about it, but I think she's open to the idea of marrying him. Yoo-hoo! Woo-woo! So it was quite a day today. And I walked over to Mom's to tell her, and she was happy about it. Because Mom was a nurse for, I don't know, 15 years or so, maybe 20. So Brian he wanted Grandma to know, so I'm real proud of my kids. Scott was, like, when I called Scott yesterday, he seemed troubled and he really wanted to talk. He's not necessarily homesick for this area. Just kind of like for Mom and his brother. Because we were the Three Musketeers for a long time. We've been through a lot. So it was a really happy end of yesterday and beginning of today. I mean, it was just really, really happy. I'm just happy. It doesn't happen very often. I'm trying to improve my lot in life. I'm trying to be happier. I'm trying to see better things. Right now things are okay, so I can be happy. And then Brian and I were talking about me moving out there. He said he's not opposed to it, and he said he's actually been looking around to see what there was out here, and he said everything's so expensive, Mom. I know. I know. I city surf a lot. In other words, I just look to see how much things are in different places and across the country. Just where is it affordable? What amenities do they have there, etc., etc. That's just a hobby I have. So I'm very aware of how much things cost out there. The West Coast is very expensive. So he said, Mom, I hate to tell you, but the only places that I think that you can afford at this time are with the kind of people you're trying to get away from. You know, the disrespectful kind of people with 12 cars in their yard and, that kind of stuff. And I said, yes, I know. I know. And I'm working on a few different things to see if I can improve my lot in life. Good luck has a lot to do with it, I think. I'm beginning to think that, a guy can try really hard and do all the right things, but I think you have to have some luck with you as well. I really do. But anyway, yeah, there's like houses around here that might cost $100,000 cost like $300,000 or $400,000. Same type of house, same amount of space and everything. And only they don't have basements out there because there's earthquakes out in California. So I mean, it's like unbelievable the prices of stuff. But I'm working on it. I'm trying to improve myself and my lot. I have a handful of things that I'm working on all together, and I just need to be a little more organized and declutter and get down to few but very nice things. I'd rather have quality than quantity. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be working on. We'll be checking in on our lemon seeds in a couple days, see if they're sprouting at all. What else we have going on here? Maybe start that puzzle on that table, maybe. And I still have to put the other bedrooms in order, all the cloth and everything. I thought of a project for that. And yeah, lots of stuff, as always. Upward and onward.